Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me. It's Becca from Readings by the Empress and Loving Seers Tarot. And I am asking you today to choose a plant. We're doing sacred plants today. And the question is, what should I be reminded of today? Do you know how sometimes at certain points in our life we get these aha moments that are transformative? But then we need reminders, don't we, to bring us back to that. So what are my guides trying to remind me of today? Okay, so choose your plant and then we'll begin. I so appreciate you all joining me for these. These are a wonderful touchstone for me. All right, so for those of you who chose the lentil, now the lentil is symbolic of prosperity. It's also, it had been served as a food for mourners. So if there's something that somebody is mourning, or you're mourning a loss, or there's somebody you've been thinking of that you've lost, the lentil comes forth to provide you sustenance. So this is about prosperity and abundance. All right. Okay, now let's see what you have. Pile number 1. What to be reminded of. In the Light Seers Tarot, you have the Justice card, and you have the Knight of Wands. And in the the Knight Waite, you have the Seven of Swords, and you have the Page of Coins, Page of Pentacles. In the Arcanum, you have the Judgment Angel and the Tower. Interesting. Okay, and we will clarify using the Rider-Waite. Let's see the Justice card. Knight of Wands. Okay, your major arcana are Justice card, Tower, and Judgment. Wow. So I feel like something has happened that has you thinking of justice, that maybe in fact there might be something that's unfair, and it has you concerned about justice, concerned about right. The Tower is but it's by the Judgment Angel. So the Tower can be something that has just happened, that's shaken things up and changed things, but it also, the Judgment, decision made. This can be a decision you have made, and I'm asking Source to bring reminders of something that could have been quite an epiphany, quite a transformational moment in your past. So the Tower, along with the Judgment Angel, makes me think that maybe you are making a decision that is going to be changing everything. Let's see. Let's clarify the Justice card first. Chariot. Okay, yeah. So it looks to me like maybe there's a combination. Maybe there is something that is just taking off suddenly, that it just is, right? You don't feel like you are in charge of it. You don't have the reins, right? You have the wand, you have manifestation here, but you don't have the reins. And the world may be taking you on a ride, right? There might be something just suddenly taking off. But now the Tower, and that might be a Tower, that might be a feeling of, okay, things have been shaken up and turned upside down in some area or in a number of areas. But look at this clarity and good judgment you have here. 3 of Swords. Okay, so the temptation then is to feel like, oh goodness, not this again. Let's see. We have, though, the Page of Coins and the 7 of Swords. So there's something that feels kind of perhaps underhanded about it, or perhaps there could be somebody doing something kind of underhanded here with that 7 of Swords. And it maybe feels like it wants to interrupt a plan with this Knight of Wands. It wants to interrupt a direction you were going in. Let's see. But now the Page of Coins is actually, in some ways, you could have financial blessing during this time. Yeah. So it's like the 4 of Swords. So something has been troubling, and it maybe involves another person or group or something. Um, a little underhanded, maybe something hidden that's now, pooh, here it is with the Tower and with the Chariot. And it feels a little like, okay, now this again, like you've had experience with this before. However, in the middle of all of this, you're resting, you're retreating, you're getting centered, you're perhaps meditating, and you're getting clarity with that Judgment Angel. It's almost like the reminder is everything you need to know is within. It's like your connection to Source. You are Source within, right? You are part of Source. It's almost like the reminder is, even when things are not seeming to make sense and they feel like they're very sudden, and you thought you were moving in one direction, but now you feel a little like taken aback temporarily. It's like in the middle of all that, Source brings clarity and good judgment and a decision that you maybe decide to change something. And maybe it is an epiphany come again, like you decide to change the way you look at something. Now, we have Page of Coins. I feel like also at the same time, Source is kind of bringing in an extra something that is perhaps providing for you, or a blessing, and something tangible. It could even be health, it could be wealth, it could be, Page of Coins can be a new job, a new stream of income. It can be anything like that. A new thing that is going to improve your health, a new improvement in your health. Page of Coins can be a lot of different things, but they really can grow into something. It's very significant too. It's almost like, I almost feel like something has happened. There's something about it doesn't feel fair, but yet there's a message of trust in Source at the same time, and sort of like, take good care of yourself and it's okay, and you will be provided for. It's like that. And the Tower, the decision you make can change things more than whatever happened can change things. Like the decision you make. Yeah. To look at what's being provided, to look at the Chariot as something that will pull you forward to a whole new place, to look at the things being shaken up or put on its head. I always see the Tower a lot of times as, it's like there are aspects of your life in a box and somebody took the box and just dumped everything out, and now you're putting it back in a way that makes actually better sense and makes you think about what's most important to you, and put that center and easily viewed and easily accessed, in that box as you put things back in. It's like that. So I think what I'm seeing is whatever it is that has been disruptive in your recent past, the decision you make out of it is much more important, and it actually is quite empowering. It actually is a victory. You may decide to cut away some things. As you put things back in that box, you may decide, and I know some of you, maybe this sounds a little dramatic, but you know what? As we look back in our history, we see the decisions that we made that didn't feel like they were as powerful as what happened was. But the decisions we make, as we look back on our life, the decisions we make, those pointed decisions, were actually way more powerful to how our life went than the actual events. In many cases, we can see that. In many cases, that's apparent. Not to say there aren't powerful events, but in this particular reading, what I see is you having clarity, good judgment, making decisions, cutting away what does not work for you. Absolutely. And making a decision to believe you will be blessed, and to move along those lines, and to take good care of yourself, I see. Absolutely. So you're going to see things the way you want to see them with these swords. You have all the swords. You have all the thoughts. It doesn't matter the way other people see them. They might be walking away. You might be like, you might find that you are less influenced, right, by persons who espouse beliefs that are actually not helpful, are maybe persons who are not so honest, or persons who are not so just. I don't know. But it's almost like you're going to be less influenced by them. It's more about your clarity and good judgment. And it is connected to what the angels are telling you. So that's what I'm seeing for you, pile number 1. I sure hope that is helpful to you. And I thank you. Okay. Oops. Hello and welcome to your reading, pile number 2. Now we are reading on what do your guides wish to remind you of today? Perhaps a previous epiphany. What do they want to bring back to your mind? And you chose St. John's Wort. St. John's Wort. So that refers, the St. John is St. John the Baptist, who of course was a mentor for Jesus himself. So if Jesus was an ascended master, I wonder about St. John, right? Very courageous. Good for depression. And spiritually, it protects against harmful forces and influences. It has been used as a talisman to identify black witchcraft coming at a person. It eases anxiety. So St. John's Wort is given to you symbolically by your guides, by source today. All right, let's see. Now for Arcanum, we have the Devil and the Sun on your Arcanum deck. For Light Seers Tarot, well, we'll do the Rider, the Night Waite. We have the Two of Swords and the Queen of Coins. And for the Light Seers Tarot, we have the Four of Wands and the King of Swords. Okay, and we'll clarify with the Rider Waite-Smith. And here we have it. Let's see. The Devil, the Sun. Okay, so your major arcana are the Devil and the Sun together. Now, isn't that strange? Because they feel like opposites, don't they? Bedeviled, that means sort of like you feel tied to something. Maybe there's obsessive thoughts. Maybe there's a repetitive pattern of behavior. Or maybe there's someone in your life who is really tied to that. This can be addiction, but it just can be sort of an obsessive pattern as well. Worries, almost feeling like, how our thoughts can have us. That's very human of us. Our thoughts can get control of us. And then we're thinking, trying to figure it out with our human brain, when really we need to take a step back and observe. We need to connect with source. We need to connect with our higher self. And therein we find we can walk in the sunlight no matter what's going on. Because we are eternal beings. And we are favored and loved so, so much. The Sun is about absolute spiritual love and acceptance and provision, abundance. It's about Spirit smiling upon you. Yes. And so maybe there's two different ways of being in these two cards. Sort of trusting and allowing and walking in the sunlight of the Spirit rather than thinking, figuring, or trying to fix something with repetitive behavior that distracts us but doesn't really get us free. And like I said, that Devil, remember, there's two people chained to each other in the Devil. Not really chained. They could take the chains off, but that's what the picture is. And so it's sort of like you feel chained to it, but you're really not. So this can also be somebody that that is really having a tough time being run by his or her own thoughts and, bedeviled. So the Eight of Wands. But then again, that means if that is about someone, he or she too could be free. So Eight of Wands, there's also some busyness here. And the Nine of Wands, there's some difficult things that have happened that make you watchful. Okay, so some of you are feeling quite stressed right here. I feel it, maybe a little overwhelmed, maybe, and for good reason. I mean, I'm not no shade here. You know, there may have been a lot. You certainly do move everything forward beautifully, but there might be a lot going on. And there might have been a lot going on that's been difficult, and it makes you a little bit nervous, like, okay, what next, you know? But look at this Sun card. Really, I feel like Source is saying, in spite of all of it, you can still walk in the love and the favor of Source. Some of you have had so much tough time lately. I can just feel it. Where I'm saying this and you're feeling like easier said than done, you know? But guess what? I think Source is going to help you to get there today. And we have the Two of Swords and the Queen of Coins. You might be a Queen of Coins kind. Stability, abundance, you're good. I feel like with this Eight of Wands and this, you know, you may have been through things, but you are good at providing stability, security, especially even to other people. Like you're good at conveying that sense of security, also practically helping, you know. Maybe you like to feed others. Maybe you provide quite a lot. You tend to have stability in your life, health, wealth, and otherwise. And when there's a lack of stability in any of those areas, it concerns you. You get going. You get going is what you do. You get going. You fix it. Yeah, the Two of Swords is indecision, though. It's almost like, okay, but I don't quite know how to move forward right now. Let me clarify that one. And I'm so sorry. I can see there's been things that have been hard. And we have Seven of Cups, right? Because I look to the future. I don't know. It looks so confusing. I don't see, nothing is on the ground. It's all in the clouds and uncertain. You know, the Seven of Cups is always saying, choose the cups that are good to you. You can choose to focus on what you will manifest, you know, love, victory, wealth, security, and power, wisdom. You know, you can think about that. The unknown one with the sheet over it, that's the one that can get us sometimes. But, you know, you have been good, I see, at making it through and being stable and secure, protecting what you have, protecting who you care about. You've been good at that, I see. The Spirit has a lot of approval and love for you. There's a lot of approval, like, I am well pleased with you. That's the Sun as well. And then we have the Four of Wands, which is moving to a new celebratory feel. It could be moving to a place. It can be improving the feeling of your own living space, or it can be a family gathering or a party or something you're getting ready for. That will be quite lovely. But it speaks of stability in positive energy in your home or your family, your group you consider close, like family. It speaks of that, and it speaks of celebration. So what's coming in is really lovely. And the King of Swords is, boy, you get king and you get queen. You are one well-developed person with your intellect, with your ability to plan, and your ability to find security and stability. Oh my. So it looks to me like you're almost like one walk away, figuratively or literally, one walk with the Spirit, with your intuition, with your emotion, away from this change into a new way of looking at things, and into clarity about what your plan is. So things may be, it may not work to just sort it all out right now. With that Devil card, you might need to separate yourself from the stress, I think. There's a lot about walking away. Sometimes, you know, it's important, especially if we're getting the Devil card, not to try to figure anything out. Walk away from it all for a while, you know, just connect with who you are. And whether that's alone or somebody else who you feel close to, connect with who you are, what you feel, And then the clarity can come in with that King of Swords. See, the King of Swords not only has a great intellect and planning ability, but the King of Swords can also seize on epiphanies from the Ace of Swords, right? When Source brings that sword in, the King and Queen can pick it up and see things very clearly. So I almost feel like there's something, if you do something for yourself emotionally and spiritually, that clarity comes right back in. That has served you so well. And even if things are uncertain in the future, you can see that it does not have to be negative. There can be some very positive things coming in. And the wisdom of focusing on this present moment really gets clearer. So that's what I see for you. I sure hope that is helpful to you, pile number 2. I thank you so much. Hello and welcome to your reading, pile number 3. Now we are asking today, Source wants to bring you a remembrance of a revelation, an epiphany you've had that was very helpful, wants to bring that back to your recollection. So let us see. Today you chose the dandelion. And the dandelion, of course, represents resilience. Yes, the dandelion is a beautiful plant. Hope, resilience, ability to manifest desires in the worst of conditions. It doesn't matter. You know, when you think about the dandelion, a lot of people are picking them out of their yards, and I understand. But the thing is, the dandelion will come up when the conditions in the soil are rather poor, whether that's nourishment in the soil or that's moisture in the soil. The soil, there's something rather poor, or the soil is compacted too much. And so the dandelion comes up to bring nourishment from deep within the soil, bring it up to the outside so that when the dandelion dies, it actually fertilizes that soil. It's a fixer. It's a fixer. So the dandelion is a wonderful plant, and it's beautiful. Okay, in any circumstance, it can thrive anywhere. All right, so let's see from the Light Seers Tarot what we have, pile number 3, Page of Wands and 6 of Swords. Okay, from the Night Waite, we have the 7 of Coins and the Ace of Coins. From the Arcanum deck, we have the Lover's card and we have the 3 of Cups. Okay, so let us see what it is Source wants you to recall today. Your major arcana is indeed the Lover's card. That is your only major arcana. For some of you, this is a relationship reading then. Let's see. Oh, I got 2 of them. Page of Wands and 10 of Wands. Okay. So for some of you, I feel like this is about dating and, you know, perhaps going out, but something has been, you know, just not quite working out. Or maybe it is that it's been a little burdensome if you're looking, if you're receptive, and you've been maybe socializing. Maybe it's been a little burdensome, but out of that comes one clear opportunity here. And so that's a hopeful thing, right? For a love relationship. That's okay. You should be enjoying yourself, they're clearly saying. For some of you, this is about the love relationship is one you're already in. And there's been something about it lately that's been stressful or burdensome, or you're both carrying a lot of burdens. In any case, one of you is or both of you are, and that can stress people out. Sometimes it can result in a little bit of unhealthy coping here. Yeah, but then there's good news for that too. The good news is if you focus on one thing at a time and what brings delight, that will be very helpful to that relationship. Yes. Page of Cups is lovely. It's sort of like, I'm doing what's fun. I'm doing what I enjoy next. And I'm not worrying about the relationship. I'm doing what I enjoy and what I feel interested in next. And I'm just taking it one day at a time. I'm not having to figure it all out. I'm just taking it one day at a time. And so that's really helpful. Yeah, so there might be a nicer time incoming there. Let me see what this 7 of coins and Ace of coins is. Ooh, if there's anything financially that's been stressing you out, or with your job, your work, the nature of your work, it looks like the Ace of coins, be hopeful. There is new provision coming in. So that could be enough money, that money coming in as you need it. That could be a new avenue to make money, but that's really good. And you know, those coins can be about health or wealth. So whichever it is that's most relevant to you, the Star card is a hopeful card. Be hopeful in that area. Please do not worry. Yeah. Oh my, what's this one? I have no idea. Now I just opened this deck. It's a Waite-Smith, and this could be an extra, it's Centennial Deck. It could be an extra card. Sometimes they put extra drawings in. Lovely. Could be the 10 of coins too. It's a legacy. This is definitely a legacy card, right? There's the mother or grandmother. It doesn't have a number, so I think it's an extra card. Proposed bit of art. Interesting. If it's meaningful to you, I definitely see generations in this card. I see honor of a grandmother. I see her in a privileged position in her family, as she should be. Yes. Interesting. Oh, and these are 2 lovers too. So guys, I have found a couple of extra cards to put in this Centennial, what is it? It's called the Waite Tarot Deck Centennial Edition, US game system. Okay, so those are lovely. Well, if they're meaningful to you, you know what they mean. These readings are to talk to your intuition. So there are a couple of lovers there. You've got Lover's card, that means times 2, really. Wow. I see the layout of somebody who has been really good to the people in her life or his life. Family's been important. Partnership's been important. And so there's a lot going on for you. A lot of different people might have entered your thoughts during this reading. Sometimes I'm reading these cards as if they're about one person, and a lot of times one card is about one person close to you and another card's about another person close to you. But look at the lovely cards. They're all about hope. They're all about hope. There isn't a bad card here. Even the 6 of Swords is sort of like, okay, there may have been some things that were difficult to learn, but look at this. It's freeing because I'm coming into calmer waters and I have the benefit of everything I've learned. Page of Wands, you've got all 3 pages here. So I don't know if these are people in your life who are youthful, or if this is just youthful energy coming in for you. I kind of suspect it's that. You've got Page of Wands times 2. So one of these for sure is for you. And Page of Wands is like very, very much so. I do what's interesting to me. I have enthusiasm for this. I just do the next thing. It doesn't even have to be any kind of, well thought out plan, or it can be, today I feel like creating this thing. I feel like working on that thing. I feel like going here. I feel like going there. It's definitely action oriented, the wands are. I feel like this, so I do it. So there's a carefree kind of feeling about that. And 2 of Cups, again with relationships here. Pile number 3. I feel like you have people in your life and you are good to them. That's what I feel. And I feel like good things are coming in relationships in one way or another. And you should be hopeful for sure. Even financially or health-wise, you should be hopeful. These are amazing cards. Rich life. If you feel like your life is not all that rich with people, I would say this card is telling me that it has been and it will be. Absolutely. Huh. Especially people you see eye to eye with. That's important here. People you feel like you're on equal ground with, people you feel eye to eye with. That's really important. All right. Well, I hope that reading is helpful to you, pile number 3. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.